More about that.
I don't even have words for what I saw. I mean, first of all, the light hit it right here. I mean, because it was, big. Lights hit it. And just for instance, I had the shotgun. I couldn't have shot it if I wanted to shoot it. I mean, I just couldn't do it.
All right.
All right, welcome.
So what is your name?
Okay, my name's Terry Meese. I grew up in around the Asheville area, outside of Asheville, a little town called Lester, North Carolina.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Moved away, job related, moved east towards Raleigh, Durham, but I live in a little town now called Bahama, North Carolina. It's right outside of Durham, Raleigh, Durham.
Right.
I'm 65 years old. I've hunted all my life. I fished, striper fish. I fished yesterday. I fished all my life. I've seen a lot of stuff between probably everything that you'd have in the woods. I've even been out west and saw moose and elk and But at this particular time, I was not quite 17. I was 16. Me and a couple of boys had went on a camping trip way back in the wilderness. I'm talking about in 1976, and I say way back, there probably wasn't a house 15 years. And it was a bet between our fathers. They were both Marine Corps and hardcore.
Yeah.
Told us, a bunch of wussies, you can't last a week in the wilderness by yourself, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So we took them up on that bet. Said, okay, we'll do it. Drop us off somewhere. So they took us up. I don't know if you're familiar with this area, but if you go out Lester Highway all the way to a road called North Turkey Creek, it turns to the left. Well, it used to go up there a ways, about 8 miles, and it used to end in a gravel road. And that gravel road went all the way over the cut, but you couldn't go but so far back then. But now you can, it's like a freeway.
Yeah.
So they dropped us off up there at the spot on the gravel road. It was probably about 5 miles on the gravel road. We had limited stuff they let us take with us because they were military. We had to go military stuff. So we got our stuff out. They drove off. We were in the back of a pickup truck, and we went on up in the mountains. So we walked for probably at least 2 or 3 hours looking for a good place to camp, top of a ridge, nice and flat. The only problem with this was it was between Christmas and New Year's, so it was like cold for one, but it had snowed a little bit prior to that, a week before that. So there was still a little dust and a snow in certain spots. But the greatest place we found to set up tents was there was a little snow there, so we had to pretty much try to clean it up with sticks and hands and whatever. So we set up camp, and we were probably, I think it was on the 3rd day. Everything went smooth. We had killed a few squirrels to eat. We were just having a good old time as 16, 15-year-old boys, About the 3rd day, we ate, sat around the campfire. Everything was cool. No problem. Went to bed in the tent. We had 2 tents set up, and the bigger tent we decided to sleep in, and the other tent we were going to keep our gear in. Well, we went to sleep, and I can't tell you what time it was because I didn't have a watch, but it was probably like 10:30 at night. It was dark and quiet. We had a little fire out in front of the tent. It was probably about from here to those shirts. And you know how a fire does. It'll die down. It'll catch up a little bit, and it'll die down. Well, that's what was going on, and something woke me up walking around. And I'm laying there, and I'm going, God, whatever that is big. I listened a little more, and it's not a deer. I know what a deer sounds like. And it would just move 3 or 4 or 5 steps, and then it would stop. Well, it did this probably 5, 10 minutes, and the fire picked up a little bit, and I saw a shadow on the back of the tent. And I was like, what is that? And of course, you're trying to see it again, the fire, flickers there, you can't see it. I was like, holy crap, what was that? You know, at that point I was getting shaken up. I was only 16 years old. I had a single shot shotgun. And I said, I'm going to wake Randy up. I said, Randy, is that you? I thought he was outside. Maybe it was him. You know how a shadow sometimes fool you? To no answer. I said, Ricky, is that you out there? No answer. I can't turn on any lights because I don't have one at that moment. And I'm looking around trying to see if they're in the tent. And I can't see. So finally, I'm scrambling around here. I got my backpack and I'm trying to I finally get my hands on a flashlight. And I flip the light on and I'm looking and both of them are passed out. I turned the light off real quick. We got a problem. That ain't a deer. So I'm easy over and get my shotgun and I'm going, okay. I'm going to step outside and see what I see. Well, this is in slow motion to me because every zip on that zipper was one notch at a time until I didn't want to make no noise. I wanted to see what, and I'd stop and listen, stop and listen. I heard it walking around maybe twice, and then I didn't hear it no more. I finally got the zipper up high enough where I could just duck out of it with my shotgun, and I stood there. The fire's right there. And I'm letting my eyes get adjusted, and I'm looking, nothing. No noise, no walking around, no nothing. Man, that's strange. I know I heard it and I saw it. And I said, well, let me look behind the tent. And I was really scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was shook up because, we were just a bunch of boys out goofing off in the woods, So I eased to the side about where that leg is right there, and I stopped. That was the corner of the tent. It was about a 10 by 10 tent. Did the same thing down the side. And I remember standing there at the side of the tent listening and going, Lord, I don't know what in the world is going on, but this is weird. And all of a sudden, I got up enough courage to flip that light on and turn around the corner. But I'll talk more about that. I don't even have words for what I saw. I mean, first of all, the light hit it right here. I mean, because it was, big. Lights hit it. And just for instant, I had the shotgun. I couldn't have shot it if I wanted to shoot it. I mean, I just couldn't do it. I'm looking at it, and I'm going, what is that? And I still say that today. What? I never saw anything like that. As soon as my light got to about where its face is, it turned around and was gone in like 2 seconds. I mean, it left like gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounded like a bulldozer going down that ridge through debris, I guess, limbs and
whatever.
And today, 40-some years later, 50 years later, I still see it in my sleep. I wake up in my sleep.
What did it look like in the face?
I didn't get a chance to look at his face good. All I saw was it had a big jaw, and I saw its nose for a second, but it was a split second. Now the rest of the body was huge. I mean, it was huge. It was no light from me to him.
Oh man.
Yeah.
5 feet, 6 feet?
Well, whatever the back of the tent is, 8 feet, let's say. Never saw nothing like that in my life. Been in the woods 10,000 times.
Yeah.
So when you tell somebody asks you, I'm really interested, and you tell them, they're like, that's BS, Okay.
I've seen it.
You know what I'm saying.
I know.
Its arms were really long, or it looked like they were long, or it was hunched over a little bit.
Or both.
But it was huge. I can't tell you how massive it was in the chest and in the back. When it spun around, its legs, looked like tree trunks. I never saw nothing like that before.
So what county was that in?
Buncombe County.
Buncombe County.
I guess, or real close to Buncombe County to, what is that over in Sandy Musk and Spring Creek? Haywood, maybe Haywood County, maybe. Right there at the border, Buncombe County, Haywood County, maybe.
Yeah.
just like I said, I asked him about how do you join the team. Is there a membership card? Or I mean, I've been wanting to find out more about this thing since I saw it, and you know, it's just nobody can tell me. They go, "Well, you're crazy." Well,
I don't think you're crazy.
I might be crazy, but I know what I saw. You ask anybody that knows me about my eyesight, I know what I saw. You know, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know, as many times as I sat in a tree stand, as many times as I coon hunted, as many times as I fished, that I never saw it ever again. I never saw nothing like that ever again. That one shot was what I got that night.
Well, they'd probably seen you before. You just didn't know they was around.
You know,
Maybe.
I didn't find it. It came and found us.
Right.
You know, I guess the camping, the noise, I don't know. But so being a Class A believer, you saw one too. How far away was it?
I saw them about, the closest I've been to one is about from here to that truck right there.
Okay.
It jumped up. I had one of them DeWalt flashlights, you know, the vertical kind. And I was stepping over to the trailer to get a piece of wood for the fire.
Yeah.
That's probably 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I jumped up out of my chair, I grabbed my light, and I took a step toward the trailer, and I heard something on the other side. So I threw the light up, because ain't nobody out there. We out there by ourselves.
Yeah.
And it was just like a big hairy blur. I didn't see its face at all.
Yeah.
And when you said what you said,
You've ever heard the tale
gone.
I mean,
like,
faster than anything I ever seen move.
ever.
I mean,
Like-
a bear can't move that fast.
No, I mean it cleared. There was trees around, but there was no really bush. It was like pine needles everywhere. You know? And I saw it. I kind of hollered like, you know, like, you know, like something scared, you know, give you a joke. And I just saw it. It was like a hairy, huge thing. I didn't even get to see a whole lot of. But it stood up.
Yeah.
It stood up.
Yeah.
And was gone like
Unbelievable.
a cartoon.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
Yep. I saw that too, and you heard it. I mean, I'm talking about from here to that building down there. You heard it down through the woods. I mean, so he wasn't trying to sneak off.
No, he was getting the hell out of there. Yeah.
Yeah. I was a striper guide on Smith Mountain Lake for 12 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I've been out in the wilderness my
Whole life.
yeah. I know what I wasn't supposed to see, but why was it there, and where did it come from? You know what I'm saying? All the hours that I spent in the tree stand, I can tell you since I was 8 years old to 40, how many hours I put in. I never saw nothing like that. Now, I'm not going to say I never heard nothing because I didn't know what to listen for.
Right.
But you know, I just didn't know.